So we've just removed the two largest obstacles to individuals allocating some of their portfolio into precious metals. We've got so many countries now turning their sovereign reserves into gold, and there's such a huge demand on the individual side as well as the sovereign side. As people realize that their dollar today buys less than what it bought last year and less than what it bought 10 years ago, but had they simply held precious metals, their spending power would have actually increased.
Welcome to another RTD interview. Today, I'm excited to have first-time guest, Mr. Dennis Keating, the Director of Sales at Alpine Gold Exchange, which is located in the state of Utah. So today, he's joining us to share his insights on the latest with precious metals, as well as opportunities, as well as strategies available through his company. And so, Dennis, welcome to RTD Interviews.
Mike, it's great to be here. Appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you taking time to sit down with me and to discuss something I think is very important, because I not only am a member of UPMA and a user of Alpine Gold Exchange, but looking forward to offering some opportunities to the community outside of what my typical recommendations and possible suggestions might be. And that's why I'm excited to sit down with you, just so you can lay out some things and give us some insight as to what you're seeing from the back end as someone working directly in the metal space. And so moving forward, first question I want to put out to you is, based upon where you're sitting at, what you're seeing from your seat, what excites you, concerns you about today's, markets or environment or anything in general?
Great question. There's so much in the news today. We deal with tariffs and inflation, and people are concerned about taxes. They're concerned about BRICS. They're concerned about the devaluation of the U.S. dollar and fiat currencies. So it's a great time to look at options, to look at opportunities. These all of these concerns are global. They're not just unique to the United States, but we're trying to continue our efforts in the whole sound money platform, where people can protect their spending power, they can preserve their spending power, and they can preserve their wealth.
That's very, very crucial these days. And so, with gold and silver right now, like literally every day that I, log in or check my screen, I'm seeing new highs in gold, especially, but silver starting to creep its way up. And of course, there's a lot of, combative winds trying to prevent that, I believe. But no matter what, the surge is on. And so I had imagined from your side, being directly involved in the metal space, you're seeing some things that might be abnormal, given that, there's always been a demand for gold and silver, but based upon activity as of recent, have you guys saw a gradual or a surge in accumulation of metals, or what are you guys seeing from behind the scenes? I'd be curious to find out.
We are seeing a very steady growth in interest. We have political issues. Sometimes an election comes up and we see a big surge. Right now, it's just steady growth because it's always in the news, because you're right. Prices continue to hit highs. Different pundits have different goals as far as, where's gold going to peak and where's silver going to peak. We try to cut out the noise, and just what we do know is historically, gold protects individuals. We've got so many countries now turning their sovereign reserves into gold, and there's such a huge demand on the individual side as well as the sovereign side. So I think we're going to continue to see continued pressure, continued demand, and as people realize that their dollar today buys less than what it bought last year and less than what it bought 10 years ago, but had they simply held precious metals, their spending power would have actually increased. And that's just becoming a reality as people are looking closer at it.
Right, very true. Now, one of the things I find interesting is that, here within the US, there's states that are leading the way, and there are states that are not even focused on sound money principles. And so Utah, the first, if not, one of the first to really lead that charge. And so I'd imagine, it's different perception wise on the ground there, based upon people who actually know the importance of gold and silver and actually utilize your guys' services. And so I guess tell me a little bit about what it's like to be in an environment amongst people who realize gold and silver. And I know for your for the business sake, you guys have several locations and things like that. So definitely, it's obviously something that's been very profitable from a business standpoint to help bring gold and silver back into the people's hands. But being in Utah, how has that really led and helped lead the charge with gold and silver to
Well,
date as well?
Utah was the first state to pass sound money legislation in that gold and silver U.S. minted coins could be used as legal tender. And that was passed in 2012. The United Precious Metals Association, UPMA, and Alpine Gold Exchange were both heavily involved with that legislation. The United Precious Metals Association is a nonprofit organization that goes throughout the country with other groups to promote sound money legislation. Missouri was the most recent state to pass legislation. So in 2012, Utah was the first, and up until the end of 2024, there were 11 states that had sound money legislation. And just this year alone, we had 6 additional states pass legislation, and there are 17 more states with legislation either in committee or awaiting votes. So there is a huge groundswell. It's exciting to have been here originally, but it takes a little while for people to see a new concept, a new idea, look at it, study it, and then adopt it. And now we're at the adoption phase where we've got critical mass. And as such, we've been very proactive in signing up merchants that will accept precious metals in lieu of fiat and US dollars.
Very true, very true. Now, I'm curious to touch on a little bit about the services that you guys offer, because to my knowledge, I'm not aware of any other entities that specialize in actually helping people secure, purchase, as well as utilize their metals in the way that you guys do. And so, for Alpine Gold Exchange and UPMA, give us a little bit of just the foundation of those entities there, and how they came about and things of that nature.
Thanks, Mike. The UPMA, the United Precious Metals Association, is a nonprofit organization that has 2 goals: one, to promote state legislation, and 2, to give people the opportunity to save and preserve their wealth.
Hmm.
UPMA, as a nonprofit, doesn't have many employees. All of the vaulting and all of the services are provided by Alpine Gold Exchange. So when a UPMA member calls in for service on their account, Alpine Gold Exchange answers the phone and processes all of their requests. UPMA is driven to help people preserve wealth as well as the circulation of precious metals as a currency. So we have a 2-track business plan. Right? One is to get precious metals into the hands of individual members, get them circulated in an ecosystem. We have merchants that have agreed to accept precious metals as payment. But we also, the second track is to help individuals preserve their wealth so that over time they find much greater success versus fiat.
Now, with that being the case, so you guys provide opportunity for custody as well as the acquisition of metals as well as the services of metals. And so, as I mentioned to start this off, me having an account with you guys, been very pleased with being able to have some diversification in my accumulation strategies. And so, I'm curious to have you share a little insight, some behind the screen action, so people can get a chance to see what the services look like and to find out if it's something that might be good for them. And so let me bring this on the screen here, so you can just give us a quick walkthrough of what an account looks like and just some of the services that go along with having a UPMA account. So on the screen here, you have, I guess, the dashboard for an account holder, or a dummy account, as it's probably referred to.
Yeah, this is one of our example accounts. UPMA membership is a free membership. There's no monthly or annual fee to be a member of UPMA. You can open an account and you don't even have to necessarily fund it. So there's a lot of flexibility. We want people to have the freedom to use the services and to see all of the benefits. UPMA is very unique in that it offers services that no other precious metals company offers in the world. And one of the first primary benefits is each member can withdraw or sell $10,000 worth of precious metals each month without having to pay a seller's fee. Historically and typically, if you want to buy metals, you pay retail. If you want to sell metals, you sell it at wholesale. We let members buy it at retail and sell it at retail up to $10,000 a month, which removes a lot of barriers for individuals to look at the opportunity and to diversify their portfolios without the risk of when do I make any money? When is my investment going to be profitable? We don't charge that seller's fee for that $10,000 a month. The website is very easy to navigate. As you mentioned, you get a dashboard. You can set up recurring ACH deposits if you want to put in $25 a month or $25 a paycheck. We have a debit card that you can use for merchants that don't accept precious metals. You can convert your precious metals to fiat and US dollars and load your debit card. It's very easy to set up a deposit. What do you want to buy? Do you want to buy gold, silver, gold backs? Do you want to just put your cash in the account and wait until the market changes? We allow a daily cost averaging opportunity where you can, for example, buy $1,000 this month, but maybe only buy $100 each day for the next 10 days. So you can dollar cost average as you enter whichever metal you'd like. We let you exchange if you want to change between metals, if you want to go from gold dollars to silver dollars or from gold dollars to gold backs. Gold backs are a fungible, spendable currency. It's a fractional share of gold, and they go as small as 1/2000th of an ounce. So you can actually put these gold dollars in your wallet and spend them physically. It's very easy to withdraw. Which metal do you want to withdraw? Do you want metals physically shipped to you, or would you rather have the fiat deposited into your bank or a check sent? Another unique feature of UPMA is we have a lease program. Historically, if you had 1,000 ounces of gold, you could call one of the large banks and tell them you'd like to enter a gold lease. This is an opportunity for manufacturers. When manufacturers are producing a product, primarily jewelers, they take 6 to 9 months to bring their product to market. They don't want to absorb the risk of gold going down while they're in production. So they lease the gold. They pay us an interest rate in gold, and that is shared with the member. So and we do that instead of 1,000 ounces, you only have to have 10 gold dollars or about $750 worth of gold in your account to enter a lease. You earn 2% a year. The interest is paid monthly, and it's paid in gold dollars. So there are two primary complaints about allocating assets into gold. And if you ask Warren Buffett, the first is gold is a stagnant asset. It doesn't provide a dividend. It doesn't provide interest. And we've just fixed that with the lease. The second obstacle to investing in gold is you buy at retail and you sell at wholesale. So when do you make any money? And we've just removed that with the $10,000 a month free withdrawal. So we've just removed the two largest obstacles to individuals allocating some of their portfolio into precious metals. With modern portfolio theory, it's recommended that a person have between 5% and 15% in alternative investments. Morgan Stanley just published a report recommending 20% of a portfolio should be in precious metals. So we've just provided the opportunity for UPMA members to benefit by having precious metals as part of their portfolio. You can also pull up your statements, but we also have a merchant directory. You can put in a particular merchant, or you can search it by geography, or you can search it by category. These merchants have agreed to accept precious metals as payment in lieu of US dollars. And you can simply go into your account and you can transfer between yourself and the merchant. We are currently developing an app which is similar to Venmo, where you just scan the QR code and you put in the dollar amount of the sell. It will automatically convert that to whichever precious metal you would like to spend, and it's transferred right to the merchant. So we're making precious metals a reality as a currency. Historically, again, it's been too difficult to walk around with a gold coin that's worth $75 and buy a loaf of bread. But digitally, you can do it immediately or with the gold back. A little bit more about us. Alpine Gold Exchange has 7 branches across the country. We have 7 separate vaults. Our primary vault is here in Alpine, Utah. We are insured by Lloyd's of London, and we don't fractionalize UPMA members' holdings. And what that means is if you have one gold coin in your account, that coin is sitting in one of our vaults. We have independent audits done 3 times a year, and your trust is important to us. And we take it very seriously as stewards of our vaults and of our members.
All right. Now, so that does a good job of just giving a ballpark viewpoint of, the services you guys offer. And so I remember, I think it was last year when I was in Utah, I came out there and actually went to the UPMA. So I've been a member for, quite some time now, but was actually passed through Utah, stopped in and made a withdrawal. And it just felt completely different to walk into your establishment there and to go through the process and then to walk out with physical silver in my hand. And I'm like, man, it was a modern form of banking the way it used to be done, but yet reimagined, reinvented today, where I'm like, having that option is something that people definitely should hear about. So that's a part of my reason why I wanted to have you on and let people know that there are things out there that they can also participate in outside of the traditional models that have been given to us. So very informative, to say the least. But I guess as far as for some who may be like, okay, that sounds good, but I'm more of like, I'd rather hold it myself rather than trusting a custodian. Like, what are some thoughts and ideas about just the benefits of having a diversified approach when it comes to holding, securing, as well as preserving your wealth in the form of metals? What are your thoughts on that?
I completely understand that. There's one point of view of if I don't hold it, I don't own it. And I understand being prepared in the event, the worst case scenario, and I need access, I want to have some in my home. I also understand that having too much in your home is a great risk. That if you've got $30,000 or $40,000 in precious metals in your home in a safe, you could be a potential target. So I think wise counsel is to have a balance. With our leasing program, it's a great opportunity to watch your volume grow. That if you're getting 2% interest paid in gold, your gold balance continues to grow. Now, you can request physical delivery at any time, just like you did, Mike. You walked into a branch, you wanted to take some physical metal out of your account. We can ship it to you if you don't live near a branch. We don't have any issues or qualms with that. Our branches and our vaults are extremely secure. With the $10,000 a month free withdrawal and the opportunity to have physical metals shipped to you, it's a great opportunity to vault. We have a whole IRA platform, a whole IRA department that our IRA members primarily come in. They can't take withdrawals. They've got to put their IRA money somewhere. They want to be in precious metals, and the opportunity to lease it and to have their volume grow is a great attraction. So there are different reasons and different purposes. We will help you meet all of your goals and all of your comfort levels with whichever platform you'd like.
Now, last question, as far as the fees, the cost. You says it's free to open up an account, but then again, you guys being a business, you have to also, keep the lights on and of course pay salaries there. So give us an idea as to what people can expect as far as whatever services might have different, perhaps percentages or fees or things of that nature, just to give people an idea as to what, to expect.
Well, there are no membership fees. Vaulting fees are 0.02% annually. In the event you lease your precious metals, then the vaulting fees are waived. Any additional fees are typical banking fees, in that if you're going to do a wire, there's a fee. If you're going to do an ACH, there could be a fee. And those are just banking fees. And because we have to participate in that part of the system when we're exchanging from precious metals to currency, those fees are just passed on to the member. There's a complete fee sheet on our homepage, so you know exactly what you're looking at. But membership is free. And we really want to promote people having an additional choice, an additional opportunity to hold some of their wealth and to preserve some of their purchasing power through precious metals.
Well, Dennis, I appreciate you for coming on and sharing UPMA and Alpine Gold Exchange and the opportunities you guys have created for, stackers, as we call them, to diversify their approach as well as to have some options and taking advantage of this current momentum we're experiencing now. And so for those who want to find out additional information, of course, me being a member, I'll also provide a link in the description for people to go and be directly connected to, find out more as well as sign up and hopefully to begin to diversify your approach as well. So Dennis, I appreciate you for joining us and sharing and educating the community on what you guys offer there, and definitely looking forward to having you back on in the future and talk a little bit more specifics about what you're witnessing as we continue to see gold and silver climb in fiat price terms anyway. So, but once again, Dennis, thank you for joining us on RT Interviews. Any last words you want to leave us with, perhaps?
No, I appreciate the opportunity. I think that the world is changing. There is it started as just a grassroots, but now we've got critical mass across the country, and it's changing quickly. And UPMA is providing the tools so that people can protect themselves and their loved ones.
All right. Very good point. Very good point. Okay, my good people, thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed this, definitely hit that thumbs up button. Drop a comment down below. And if you're interested in participating in the UPMA and the Gold and Alpine Gold Exchange, then feel free to click that link and take you right there. And other than that, Dennis, thank you for joining us and looking forward to staying in touch with you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Mike. Looking forward to it.